Hi, I'm Nicole Paracha and I'm from the Netherlands.
I'm Kaya Dulab and I'm from Sydney, Australia.
My name is Supriya and I'm from India.
My name is JT Stanley. I'm from Southern California, but living in Washington, D.C.
I'm a biologist by training, and over the past decade, I've been working in global health and medical education, and now I work as a consultant with global health NGOs.
I worked as an implementation consultant in e-learning, and the last few months before joining the program, I worked as a research fellow at CE.
I just finished my MD, so my medical degree. Before that, I studied philosophy, neuroscience, and international relations.
I worked in animal welfare for a few years on policy and campaigning.
I was a teacher for a while, and then I've also worked in community building and research.
I've been looking for much higher impact direct work that I can do than my previous career of medicine, and after looking around pretty extensively and talking to a lot of people, the incubation program of charity entrepreneurship seemed like probably the most impactful thing I could do.
I've been working for a long time in supporting organizations to grow and to become more impactful, but actually I wasn't sure if I had a real effect, if I had a positive impact, and I really wanted to know if I was.
I wanted to maximize the impact I could have, and I wanted to do it in a way that is the best fit for me, which was entrepreneurship.
Maximal short-term impact, as well as being able to have upward mobility. That way later in my career I can have an even bigger impact with what I'm doing, say 30 or 40 years from now, as well as just adventure and excitement.
I've been really excited to start a charity. It's something I've thought about for a while. I had some people kind of encourage me to apply for the program, and I did.
Great opportunity to get support and access to networks of people who could help me to develop a really impactful intervention.
Obviously, it is pretty intensive. You're trying to have the most impact. You're trying to start your own charity.
Really good, really intense. I've learned a lot about myself.
It's been great. I met a lot of amazing people. It's been a really steep learning curve. It's a really fun cohort of people, really interesting and really supportive and kind people.
Very fertile environment for intellectual growth, for development, for learning.
Pretty good. I started off pretty skeptical, but honestly I think it's been like the best course of any kind that I've done in my life.
You see your friends and family a lot less, and you're working a lot more.
I think it's a really high volume of work, but all the work is quite important. So it's definitely challenging to manage that workload while you're trying to maintain the rest of your life, but it's really rewarding.
Working on the data side of the program.
Statistics and some background knowledge there that I've been grappling with.
We're getting our heads around some of the complex topics like cost effectiveness analyses, which seemed a little bit daunting in the beginning, but now I feel much more comfortable with them.
In particular, like all the spreadsheets. There's a lot of spreadsheets. I like spreadsheets, but there's a lot of spreadsheets.
Being very disciplined with how I use my time.
Getting more action-oriented and having quick turnaround times, which is very much the transition you need to go from like thinking about the world to trying to help the world.
All of the practical hands-on knowledge about how to start and run a charity.
Studying new concepts, new tools for decision making.
And all the projects that we've been doing each day, and there's multiple projects with multiple people.
Finding a co-founder by working together on the ideas that you consider founding.
It's the other incubatees in the program, just learning from them about the ways they think and the ways they do things is super cool.
Counterintuitively, like people think, oh, it's the money, it's the training and all that, but really it's being a part of a community and a support network.
Really thinking carefully about theories of change and how to actually measure your impact.
How you can measure impact, but also the difficulty in measuring impact.
Learning to apply different quantitative methodologies to solving problems, especially in health and development, and using that to sort of prioritize what interventions will do, recognize hinge points for those interventions and what's really important, and identifying the most critical uncertainties.
The program was structured in a way that allowed me to navigate every single aspect of thinking through starting a charity and how to do it without being overwhelmed from the beginning by the actually massive undertaking that this is.
Oh, I've had so much fun. A moment that I really liked is when we all met up.
We have seen each other a lot online, but it was really nice and really fun to meet each other in real life.
Seeing some of the people's pitches to like a Silicon Valley type of crowd was just so much fun. Hearing these like really nerdy EA ideas just be vamped up to sound like these super exciting, the next Uber of global health or whatever.
Finding out that there was a mistake in charity entrepreneurship's cost effectiveness analysis in one of the charity ideas. So we managed to double the expected impact.
I think the most fun I had was playing rock, paper, scissors with a mass group of people and building paper towers. It's super fun to build a team together.
Meeting and hanging out with this group of people who are basically the smartest, nicest, most capable group of people that I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
Having these spontaneous conversations with anyone and everyone from around the world.
The walks to the office in the morning with other people on the program, because it's a space where you can talk about CE related things, but you can also just talk about other things without feeling bad, and it's sort of a space where you can do that and just joke around and be a little bit less professional.
Like when we were here having vegan pizza, plant-based pizza, like late night, and taking a break from work, and we just started talking for 2 hours about tons of different stuff, gossip and whatnot too. And it's just a blast to hang out with people and find out all these like surprising like facts about people. So it's just so cool like to be across such a talented and like humble group of people, and just constantly every week finding new things about people and just finding them more and more extraordinary.